Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It is the build-up show. It's Liverpool, it's Crystal Palace, and at stake a chance for the mighty Reds to be top at Christmas. In the studio, I've got Chris Pajak. Joining us from home, we've got John Machin and James Sutton as well. We're going to be talking about Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace side, whether they can cause us the same kind of problems that they caused Tottenham last week, and what players we will literally have available for this game as ever. But before we do, we have got a sponsor, and it is eToro. And I want to say first and foremost, thank you so much to eToro for sponsoring Redmen TV. As you may know by now, eToro are a global investment platform who sponsor a number of Premier League clubs. eToro recently did a survey with football fans. We found that just over 80% of Liverpool fans aren't enjoying matches as much due to lockdown, with 73% of fans missing key moments due to distractions whilst watching the game. If you've ever wanted to start investing but you just don't seem to have the time, then with eToro's Copy Trader, you can now copy the top performing investors. This means that when they invest, you make the same investment automatically at no additional cost, meaning you can invest while getting on with your everyday life. If you're looking to begin investing, be sure to use eToro. Use the link in the description to learn more. We discovered this week, Chris, as well off the back of this, that 80% of Liverpool fans, but 90% of Evertonians.
92% of Evertonians aren't enjoying the football. I bet if they did it now, they'd do all right after a couple of wins, though, innit? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it's good to know that they're not dealing with lockdown as well as us.
Yeah, as you'd imagine.
It's got nothing to do with lockdown.
Yeah,
just life.
92% of Evertonians don't enjoy football, period.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
All lockdowns meant is that they haven't got to go and sit in the pit of misery every week.
yeah. And actually the ones who do are happy to be there for a change.
Yeah, exactly.
It got to the point, didn't it, a couple of years ago, where they were looking forward to Monday to go to work for 5 days and dreading the weekends.
Yeah. Anyway,
good times.
Chris Pajak, Liverpool back on top of the league after the win against Tottenham Hotspur. And I said at the top of the show there, a win absolutely guarantees cements us being top of the table at Christmas, which I'm not sure will necessarily mean what it tends to mean.
For us or for normal teams?
Well, just in general, because Liverpool still
two different things.
Liverpool, for a start, to your point, are generally speaking, on rule of thumb, don't often win the league when we're top of Christmas. But I think that because the league is so all up and down, it's so mad, I think it will be a tighter run thing this year than it's been in previous years. But it is important. Again, we were talking about the 538 stuff, was it? You do the week,
yeah.
And the likelihood of winning the Champions League and all that. More often than not, the team that's top of Christmas does go and win the league. So in that regard, it is another important step forward. Yeah,
it is. And the game against Tottenham was massive, and this game's just as important now. This is the focus for Liverpool. We can forget about that Tottenham. We can look at it and go, yeah, we spoke about this in the final word. Crystal Palace are a bit like a shit Tottenham. But the focus is purely razor focused almost on Crystal Palace now and what they're going to do. And we need to go and prove that we can play away from home and start to garner points away from home, because now until February, for me, until the Champions League comes back, there is only one focus for this side, and it's the Premier League. And I know we've got FA Cup games. I'm not asked about them, not in this season. I really want Liverpool to win the FA Cup at some point. I really do that. I do, but not this season. This season's not the time for that. This season's the time for making sure we keep what's ours and maybe get back what's ours in the European Cup and stuff. So, and because it's so difficult, and because the winter break's not there anymore, Liverpool and every other team in this league are on the same level playing field right now, and that's when we've got to stretch that run out, because when the Champions League comes back, I think we're going to go deeper than other teams. Not City at the moment, because I think they go through, but everyone's playing almost 2 games a week. That's a good time for us to show that we can deal with that on a consistent long-term basis and put some space between us and anyone else.
Absolutely. Then the Crystal Palace, Dad, we've got a good record against Palace. I think we think of Selhurst Park as being a bad place to go. We've won our last 6, but I think it's telling that 4 of those 6 have been 2-1 wins. It's never a truly pleasant place to go physically as well, because it's not a great away in terms of the visibility of the pitch and all that. But it will be a tough game. That being said, I would rather play them this weekend than Tottenham, who had them last weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult place to go to, but the crowd play a big part in that, and they won't have that now. I think London have just been robbed of their small number of fans they could get in. So, it'll be a quieter place than normal. I mean, Palace are always difficult, and they've been having a decent season. And Zaha's back, and he looks like he's raring to go. He'll give our right side a bit of trouble, no doubt about it. But we should be able to win. But as Chris alluded to earlier, our away form isn't great. We really do need to step our game up away from home. This will be a lovely time to do that.
This is the thing, isn't it, James? Chris is right. It's a big game. It is, and I don't feel like this is. We've had a few after the Lord Mayor shows. Like the Midtjylland game was a little bit like that for us, and Fulham is almost it gets in danger of being yarded because we had so many eyes, I think, on Tottenham Hotspur. There's a chance that this game could go exactly like Fulham if we're not very, very careful and if we don't pour everything into this match.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hodgson will have watched the Fulham game and seen how they went about it. Trying to play with some possession-based football, but equally he'll have watched the Tottenham game last night as well, and seen how close and make no mistake, Tottenham could have got something out of that game last night, and some people would say deservedly so because they had opportunities. So he'll have watched those two fixtures intently with this game. All managers now they're looking to see when they're playing Liverpool because it's their biggest game of the season. I'd be very surprised if Roy doesn't try and go air on a Jose Mourinho way of trying to stifle the play and not giving us space, but equally not wanting the football too much, if that makes sense, and just letting Zaha have a bit of freedom. I think Benteke got sent off last night for them. So I'm not sure if he's going to be in contention to play. Whether he's got does he get banned now? I assume he does. I'm not sure if it's straight red.
Don't lose to us, James. Carry on. Should have done our research on Palace a little bit more.
He scored last night, didn't he?
He did
definitely score last night. We were talking about that.
I know he scored, but I think I'm fairly confident he got sent off, or maybe I've misread it. But
somebody got sent off for Palace. And it was Christian Benteke for 2 yellow cards.
James Sutton, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
Thank you very much.
Not just a pretty face.
Not just a National Television Awards star.
So I think and I think that's going to change a lot for them because he's that target man. He's that bully boy that they like to use, and he's found a really good home there. But I expect it to be, if we stop Zaha, we basically stop all form of attack because they haven't got that many creative players going forward. They haven't, Townsend can pop up and do a little bit, but they haven't got a huge amount and nothing that I think we can't handle.
Yeah, I think my slight concern with the lack of Benteke thing, I don't fear Benteke anymore. I feared Benteke 6 or 7 years ago before he signed for Liverpool. Well, before he did his Achilles, more accurately, but yeah, before he signed for us. And this has got a little bit of a shade of the Fulham game about it, Chris. Again, they were without Mitrovic for this one. It means they've got to go with the creative players. So mention their Townsend. Individually, like Zaha has given us some torrid afternoons, but we've largely come out on top of those battles. Eze's had a brilliant season so far for Crystal Palace, who's a big threat. And if it means they therefore have to start, they might go back to the Townsend, Zaha sort of axis up front, it's again, back to the Fulham, it's a different type of threat, and actually in some regards probably one that might actually weirdly cause us a few more problems.
Yeah, I must admit, I was thinking, I started to think about this game and I didn't know Benteke had been sent off, so I was thinking actually you might see Nat Phillips if Matip wasn't available to try and deal with the Benteke threat, and I'd sort of gone down that thought process. But no, it could be completely different because of the players that they've got available to them and stuff. But I just had this sort of vision in my head of Roy Hodgson, like he used to do so many times when he was Liverpool manager, watching the Tottenham game last night, and just because that's my game plan, just rubbing his face, just fuming because that was his game plan and it didn't work with Tottenham and their players. So how does he think it's going to work with theirs?
The 2 games a week thing's going to start to bite, I think, and that's why for me, Dad, it goes back to it being a decent time for Liverpool to play them. I know Klopp won't and he's said it time and time again, this 12:30 kickoff, he hates the early kickoffs, doubly so because we played obviously late on the Wednesday night as well. It's not the ideal preparation for this, but as Chris said before, Crystal Palace are in the same boat. This is their second game of the week, something they're not used to, and the knock-on impact of what we buy, if we can just go heavy in this one, there's a week between matches for us, which is absolutely almost unheard of this season.
Get your slippers out, put your feet up.
Yeah, don't be shocked if Liverpool players are all over the world in that week, and some of them might go and get a bit of sunshine or something just to try and recharge the batteries, and
just to make sure they don't catch COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
you know what? There might be a first opportunity for them to go to Kirby, have a little bit of a training ground exercise, maybe here and there. Like, 'cause I can't imagine they've had much time there.
Yeah, a bit on the pool tables, a bit probably, but not too much on the training pitch. But no, it is.
The thing about two games a week for Palace, and we've just found out, we didn't even know Benteke had been sent off. The more games you play, the more things happen to you. You get players sent off, you get players injured, players lose form. There's all sorts of things go on. And you're playing 2 games a week. We've done it, and we survive it. Everyone else has now got to start learning how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they've got the early kick-off as well, and they're not used to that. We've been put through that ringer a few times as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just obviously, yeah. There's a couple of things that go in their favour. You mentioned it before, Chris. The lack of fans thing is mega. And again, it goes back to it. Fulham had that on their side. We've now had it twice. It is an unfair advantage for teams like us who've got it, but it's only a thing if we make it a thing. It needs to be an advantage that we take advantage of. And I would much rather play at Selhurst Park without any Crystal Palace fans in it, and with them having had the 2 games a week. There's no excuses, even though we've got our own bank of excuses that we've used. They get fucked off out the window because it is a far more level playing field than it's been. Yeah,
it is. And, I feel sorry for the fans of Crystal Palace, but I'm absolutely made up that they're not going to be there in the same point. You know what I mean? I don't like the fact that this season's going to be unfair on some teams, and there is a disparity there, clearly. Now, will this even itself out over the course of the season, the no fans thing? I very much doubt it, to be honest. I mean, not to dwell on it too much, because we shouldn't, but just how London is built, I think they did incredibly not to get into tier 3 earlier on. It's sardines, isn't it, and stuff like that. So I imagine that there's going to be a lot of clubs missing a lot of fans all season long, and hopefully it doesn't define the season for them, because I'd hate for it to be one of the reasons that, when it's close at the bottom of the table, and I'm not saying Palace are there, but that disadvantage might cost a lot of money to a club and might cause them a few years out the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for magnanimous football in certain regards, but I'm also all for Liverpool winning the league again. So any disadvantage that befalls us, I can feel the pain, but I can also be hypocritical and hope that it doesn't happen to us, it happens to everyone else. Right, we're going to take a very short break. We've got a trivia question to keep you tied over till then. From which club did former Liverpool manager, shudders, Roy Hodgson sign, shudders, Christian Poulsen? Yeah. If you know that one, you're a genius. Check back in a moment or two, and yes, for the answer. And we'll be chatting about how Liverpool and what Liverpool do in terms of an 11 that's going to be taken to the pitch on Selhurst Park at the weekend. The second Redmen TV book, Champions of Everything, is available for sale right now. It comes in 2 editions, the standard edition and the special edition, which comes signed with a custom message of your choice and with a limited edition Redmen TV sticker pack as well. The book is huge. It is A4 size and it is chock full of insight, photographs from around the world following the mighty Reds, who were reigning European champions, who won the Super Cup, who became champions of the world, and then capped it all off with a 19th league title, becoming champions of England. The book looks at the highs, lows, absolute insanity and bitterness of rival fans, and some of the craziness from our own fan base as well along the way. It is available now on the Redmen TV store. Get involved. There we go. Yes, do get the book ordered. We can't guarantee Christmas delivery at this point, just because of what the Royal Mail are saying. You never know, you might get it, but obviously you can get yourself one lined up for post-Christmas and some after-Christmas prezzies to treat yourself and all that kind of stuff. But yes, the trivia question was, from which club did Roy Hodgson sign Christian Poulsen? Chris Pajak?
No idea whatsoever. Not even an inkling.
Dad?
No clue.
James Sutton?
Was it a Danish side, or I've got a sneaky feeling it was an Italian side?
It was an Italian side.
Sampdoria?
No. Juventus.
Fuck off!
Yep. I'd forgotten that as well. I saw it, was genuinely shocked by it. Yeah, Juventus. We signed him from Juventus.
Wow.
Yeah. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. We signed him for £4.5 million from Juventus. I think it might have even gone up based on performance as well. Like,
how? What did
Yeah.
we
So
get?
it didn't
What
go
on
up
earth
then.
did he do?
not on his performance. LSE history's got it. His transfer fee may increase by a further £1 million considering his achievements for this Liverpool side. So it wouldn't have done. No, it wouldn't have gone up. We could have ended up paying £5.5 million for Christian Poulsen. There you go.
They've had our pants down there, Juve, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Human about that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Right, let's get to Liverpool then, and Chris, Naby and Ox not used at all since returning to fitness. Both of them then on the bench in midweek. Naby comes tantalisingly close to getting 3 seconds of football, doesn't, but they're the ones. And there's going to be two schools of thought. And it probably will be in a hybrid, of course, of this. But ask all the lads to go again, knowing they've got a week off. But equally, you've got Naby and Ox who will be banging on the door saying, come on, get me some game time, get me up to speed.
Yeah, I think last night I was thinking we're going to make a change in midfield. When the game was going on, when I saw the fact that Jürgen wasn't going to make substitutes, obviously tries with 3 minutes to go, but it's a token gesture if nothing else, isn't it? So I think I stand by that. It's hard to call because I can absolutely see him saying go again, but I think it might be Kurt.
Yeah,
I think it might be Kurt.
And I think that's fair. We did a big chat about him, Dad, on the Final Word show, Curtis Jones, and how wonderful he is and what a great talent and how is he, it's now his shirt and, if everyone's fit, he won't be able to be dislodged from this side. But also, he's 19 years old. We need to manage his development, and if we do have lads, there's lads who need game time. I kind of agree with Chris. I don't think Kurt needs the rest physically, but we might find that he's the one who just comes out because the other lads are senior pros and they're used to going hard.
Yeah, I'd love us to just go the same, but it's a difficult world at the moment with the injuries we've had and trying to manage players to make sure they don't get any more. And Curtis is 19. To play him 2 games a week again and again and again is going to ask a bit much for him. And at some point, you've got to get Keita and Ox into the team to get some match fitness. For that reason, I can't see Ox getting a start. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably too big a step to throw him in for 90 minutes. But I would fully expect Keita to get a run out.
Yeah, and Keita does.
The freshness of it.
Keita's a good example of this, James, where whenever he's fit, he just goes back into the team largely, but he's the one we have to be careful with. But again, I don't know where I fall on Naby at the moment because does he need 30 minutes? Do you just give him a start? You never know what's going to be the thing that injures him next. So Keita will probably be involved, and then again, it's down to Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's back after a long injury now. Is it more a case of maybe Naby gets 60 and Ox gets 30 in this?
Yeah, it's possible. I wouldn't be surprised to see Naby start at all, like John was saying before. But I think what Curtis Jones has done is made himself really, really important at the moment. He's a really, really important player, with the injuries, but also, he's grabbing these games by the scruff of the neck and delivering frequently, consistency. So it's difficult to take him out of the lineup and kind of justify that, I think. But right now, these blocks of games, if we get through this game, like you say, we've got a week off before our little Christmas block. I think we've got 3 or 4 games before mid-January now, and I think there's a cup game in there as well. And that's the next block of games. So you get through this one. If we're top of the league at Christmas, it's a fantastic result. And Klopp talks about rhythm with these players. They have to find the rhythm. And that's what both Ox and Naby have been missing. But yeah, I'd expect to see Naby Keita start. I mean, what a lovely position to be in, to be able to bring Curtis Jones off the bench for 20 minutes, half an hour if we need something going forward.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a good game, I think, in regards to, we talked about Tottenham Hotspur and how they set up. We know how Palace are going to set up. And actually, you could do something worse than start Ox and Naby in this one, because Crystal Palace are not going to be coming at us constantly. They're going to set us the challenge of breaking them down. It's not outside the realms of possibility. We just go more attacking.
No, it isn't. I think the conventional wisdom would probably be that Ox gets the start, in that he's been on the bench for a game longer than Naby.
Yeah.
But I think John's point's absolutely spot on. Is that Ox hasn't played for so long. I think it's what John was alluding to, and I agree with that. Naby's clearly just going to be closer to fitness. So if there's a lad that can do 60, it's probably going to be Naby. I wouldn't be shocked if it was Taki, mate, to be honest. And I think, we get excited about new signings coming back and all that type of stuff. But Taki's started to play all right in that midfield role as well. I don't think we can forget him, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if it was any of the three of them, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think, either way, what you're saying is if you're playing Keita or Ox, you're already in a world where you're making a sub at 60, probably. Yeah. And I'm not sure Klopp likes to get into those situations. I think it's more likely he does that in a Champions League game when you've got the 5 subs than maybe the Premier League. But he knows how close they are to fitness. He knows how long they're going to be able to last. So it's guesswork from me more than anything.
I just, again, it goes back to my point originally, is I've got a sneaky feeling this will be as close to the midweek team as possible, because he just says to them, right, lads, you're all hurting. We'll go again. You're hurting, he's hurting. Shut up about it. Everyone's hurting. Let's just go hard on this, because I think they all know they'll all be keen to avoid another Fulham-like situation. And because there's not they're really playing for something now. They're not playing for opportunity. They're playing to maintain the place that they all rightly believe is theirs. That wouldn't surprise me either. The Taki Minamino stuff's actually I'd not even considered. I actually wonder, Dad, whether we might, if you've got Keita and you've got Oxford, that might be the end of the Minamino midfield experiment for a while, and you could actually see him back in rotation with Bobby Firmino or something. And it's probably not a bad game to do it. If you want to keep Mane and Salah on the pitch, you change Taki up, you've refreshed things, but you've still got a pretty good side in there.
Yeah, I mean, when Chris said we don't want to forget Taki, I thought, oh, bloody hell, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Klopp surprises us quite a lot, and it wouldn't, if we turned out to play Taki and Keita and give either Henderson or Shinnie a rest, that would be real Klopp. It'd be something we hadn't really considered. So it's just difficult to know. But I think he's not going to give most of his defenders a rest. Maybe Matip might come back in, or as you say, Phillips might have a run. And I don't think the forwards, now that Jota's injured, are going to change. So we're really only talking about who are the midfield three, and do you rotate them to give them a bit of a rest or not? I think Henderson would be livid if he was missing another game, but then who knows?
Nico Williams will play Trent in the 6, lads. And this is the game. Yeah. This is it, where Trent takes that centre midfield role from everybody, and Fabinho is now just the centre back.
I was genuinely thinking about this the other day, about how I wondered how far away we were from having to do that, just in terms of injuries. Just quickly, before we head towards wrapping the show up, Jay's chance to just give Joel Matip actually 2 weeks off with this. Reece Williams has been really good. Fabinho's done a good job there. That could be something that important to just getting Matip through January, is to give him this game off, even if he is fit.
Before the Tottenham game, I'd have said, let's bring Matip back as quickly as possible. After the Tottenham game, I'm absolutely happy with that back four. I'm more than happy with the performance that Reece and Fab put in together. I think they were. I think having that, the assurance of having Fabinho next to you and having someone like Jordan Henderson in front of you gives Reece that kind of just that help and that support that he needs. And I think on the back of the Tottenham result, I don't think you change that at all. I don't think you move anyone there.
Absolutely. Some massive games this weekend, and given how congested the whole top of the league is, Southampton City,
Southampton, good for.
Yeah, absolutely. Everton, Arsenal. Spurs, Leicester.
I think that's Everton win that.
Well, yeah, but it's mad, isn't it? That a win there for Arsenal changes their fortunes, puts Everton back in the doldrums. Everton absolutely flying, start to catapult themselves into top 4 conversations. All
that's
of a sudden.
Arteta gone if Everton win.
I think so. Yeah. Spurs, Leicester, massive game in terms of the top of the league.
Anti-football versus football version 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Man United Leeds. What a mid-table clash that's going to be.
Leeds beat them.
Yeah.
Did you see them last 15 in that game last night? They were unbelievable.
Yeah, and Chelsea, West Ham, even that's not as cut and dry. Again, on paper, you go to, but it's London derby. West Ham, okay, they had the draw.
Are they in the top half of the table?
Well, West Ham were in touching distance at top four.
Chelsea don't beat top half of the table sides.
There you go, massive weekend of football.
6-point gap.
We're going to be talking all about this stuff at the weekend, of course. And yeah, Liverpool have this chance ahead of them. What do we think the score's going to be? And is anyone brave enough to have it not be a 2-1 prediction, Dad?
No. I'd really love to say we're going to batter them. It's going to be 6-0 or something, but I can't get away from the notion that it's going to be close. So 1-0, 2-1.
Yeah.
What the hell?
James?
I hope it's 2-1, so we score 2 goals.
Yeah.
I think 1-0. I'd love another clean sheet. We need to start getting more clean sheets. I know we've had defensive problems and injuries, but it'd be really, really great to go away and not concede. I think that's going to be hugely, hugely important. And our away form hasn't exactly been fantastic recently. So I'd take a 1-0. That'd do for me.
Just get the win. Just fucking win.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I think it's going to be 3-0 to Liverpool. I think we come out and we play in the same way, and we're emboldened by our performance midweek, and we won that week off, and we just see not the side that played against Fulham, but the side that played against Tottenham.
I agree, and it's hard because I keep thinking this about away games, and we've been teared away from home in the league this season. We take 7 points in total on our travels, which is horrendous.
It's 1 win and 4 draws, isn't it?
Yeah, I just my gut feeling on this is exactly that. I think we remember when we came back from Qatar last year and we had the Leicester game and everyone was like, "Oh God, they're going to be knackered here." And I think that's my feeling. Part of me looks at it and goes, surely Liverpool make a bit of a struggle of this because Palace are very good defensively and it's a hard place to go and all those contributing factors. I just have this feeling that Liverpool just go, this is a chance to flex. And I wouldn't be shocked if we did absolutely hammer them if this was like a 4-0 or more to Liverpool. But
9.
Yeah, why not? Right, let us know yours in the your score predictions in the comments below. Chris will be doing the starting 11 prediction show. If you've not checked that out already, do. And of course, it is the perfect time to sign up to the redmentv.com if you haven't done so already, because the Mighty Reds are top of the league. We're just boss. We're just boss, and you know it. And if you want to revel in that with more Liverpool content each and every week, then help to support us and get yourselves, fill your boots full of amazing content. Gents, thank you so much. That's been absolutely wonderful. Hopefully the game we'll be back live with the watch along commentary 15 minutes before kickoff, so 12:15 for that, an hour and 5 minutes before if you want the team reaction. Yeah, we hope to see you there. See you all soon. Ta-da. Hey everyone, just want to let you know we've got an incredible prize available for you. It is a signed John Barnes print, limited edition, just 100 of these in the entire world. This is in fact number 11 of 100, signed by Digger himself, and it is available if you are a subscriber to the Club Legend tier on the redmentv.com. We've also got a signed Jordan Henderson Champions t-shirt as well, which will be going up next week. But if you want to win this prize, get signed up, or of course upgrade from your standard subscription. And in addition to that as well, you get access to our Discord group, you get free merchandise, you get loads of extra bonuses and perks as well. What an absolute belter. Get involved.